FC Barcelona are in talks to sign Arsenal 31-year-old midfielder Thomas Partey, as Hansi Flick approves his transfer. Joan García FC Barcelona's target could end up costing Barcelona more than €30 million despite his €25 million release clause. Ousmane Dembélé sends a classy message to Barcelona after winning UCL with PSG. Pau Cubarsy's chances of winning the Golden Boy award suffer a blow as PSG prodigy Désiré Doué shines in UCL final. Two Barcelona players included in UEFA Champions League 2024-25 Team of the season. Raphinha wins UEFA Champions League Golden Boot award over Guirassy with the same number of goals. Barcelona have made it clear that they are not pursuing Victor Gyökeres, despite the Sporting CP striker being in top form. Robert Lewandowski is hungry for more titles as Barcelona striker insists his biological age is 30. Before we get started, drop a comment below. Do you think FC Barcelona should still count on Robert Lewandowski or sign a new striker? Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for daily transfer updates and match insights, and turn on notifications so you never miss a story from the heart of Catalonia. FC Barcelona are in talks to sign Arsenal 31-year-old midfielder Thomas Partey, as Hansi Flick approves his transfer. Barcelona have work to do to convince Thomas Partey to join this summer despite beginning talks with representatives of the Arsenal midfielder. Partey, 31, has entered the final month of his deal at the Emirates Stadium, and Arsenal have so far failed to tie him down to a new contract. Mikel Arteta recently confirmed he wanted Partey to extend his stay at the club and claimed the Ghana international has enjoyed his best season for the Gunners. Partey only missed 3 of Arsenal's Premier League games and played a key role in the club's run to the Champions League semi-finals. Arsenal are set to sign Spanish midfielder Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad, but Arteta is still keen to keep hold of Partey, especially following Jorginho's departure from North London. But with talks over a new deal stalling, Partey is eyeing a summer move and his representatives are in talks with Barcelona, according to The Sun. It is claimed Barca boss Hansi Flick is a big admirer of Partey and has sanctioned Barcelona's move. Mikel Arteta talks on Partey's future at Arsenal. Asked if he wanted Thomas Partey to remain at Arsenal, Mikel Arteta said, "Yes, I think consistency-wise it's been his best season. The way he's played, performed, his availability has been exceptional and he's a really important player for us." However, the La Liga giants have a big job on their hands to convince Partey to leave North London, where he would ideally like to stay. Partey is settled at Arsenal and enjoys playing under Mikel Arteta, despite the team going 5 successive seasons without a major trophy. Thomas respects Arsenal massively and loves living in London, a source told The Sun, but he also knows his worth and wants a deal that reflects his standing at the club. As well as Barcelona, Partey has attracted interest from his former club Atletico Madrid, Serie A giants Juventus, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Besiktas. Partey has made 167 appearances for Arsenal since joining the club in 2021 in a £45 million deal from Atletico. Ousmane Dembélé sends classy message to Barcelona after winning UCL with PSG. Former Barcelona star Ousmane Dembélé made use of the opportunity to send a classy message the way of the Blaugrana, after clinching glory on the continent with Paris Saint-Germain. Wideman Dembélé, of course, is fresh off a night which will live long in the memory on Saturday. After making the trip to Munich for a Champions League final showdown with Inter Milan, the Frenchman played a starring role en route to a 5-0 rout and first ever PSG triumph in Europe's premier club competition. And yet, as alluded to above, post-match, another club found itself on the lips of the Frenchman. Dembélé, of course, grabbed headlines late last season, after celebrating passionately en route to PSG, sending Barcelona packing from the Champions League. As much left an altogether sour taste in the mouths of those of a Blaugrana persuasion, who have since labeled the club's ex-winger public enemy #1. After his former employer's name was put to Dembélé on the back of the full-time whistle at the Allianz Arena yesterday evening. However, the 28-year-old did his best to bury the hatchet, in responding, "I joined Barca at 20. Barca was my dream club. I will never insult or offend Barca, no matter what. It's my dream club." Pau Cubarsy's chances of winning the Golden Boy award suffer a blow as PSG prodigy Désiré Doué shines in UCL final. FC Barcelona have just completed a very successful 2024-25 season in which they laid their hands on 3 big trophies: La Liga, Copa del Rey, and the Spanish Super Cup. Several Blaugrana players shone during this campaign, and after helping their team to this domestic treble, they are also favorites to land some big individual awards this year. One player with a strong chance of winning a major prize is defender Pau Cubarsí, who was recently reported to be leading the race for the prestigious Golden Boy award. Pau Cubarsí among the favorites for the Golden Boy award. However, last night's event might have damaged his chances of winning the prize presented to the most impressive under-21 talent in Europe. As Mundo Deportivo has reported, the Paris Saint-Germain prodigy Désiré Doué had a very good outing against Inter Milan in the UEFA Champions League final. In this European showpiece, the Frenchman scored a brace and gave 1 assist to help his team get a 5-0 win and get their hands on their first UCL title in their history. Before this final, everything was pointing at Cubarsí to win the Golden Boy award this year. Lamine Yamal was topping the list published by Football Benchmark in this regard. But as he is the current holder and a player cannot be given this award twice, Cubarsí, the second-place player on the list, was expected to get this prestigious prize this year. Désiré Doué presents his case in UCL final. However, Doué's performance last night has significantly changed the odds, and he is now the favorite to come out on top of the Barcelona wonderkid. The Frenchman was signed by PSG only last year from Rennes for €50 million, and he has completed a spectacular first season with the Parisian side. In 54 appearances, he scored 15 goals and provided 16 assists. He has shown particularly brightly in the UCL, scoring 5 goals and providing 4 assists. The two players will now face off in the UEFA Nations League, as France and Spain play in the semi-final of the competition. 2 Barcelona players included in UEFA Champions League 2024-25 Team of the season. As the season comes to an end, it is perhaps fair to deduce that Barcelona's Champions League campaign has been quite tragic, to say the least. The Catalans were one of the best performers in the competition up until their semi-final clash against Inter Milan. Barcelona didn't particularly play badly against Inter either, but lost out marginally due to various factors, including some shoddy refereeing. Nonetheless, despite Barcelona's exit in the semi-final stage, the efforts of their players have not gone unnoticed this season. That is why 2 Barcelona players have been selected in the UEFA Champions League 2024-25 Team of the season, a lineup that often favors the winning team. The 2 players in question are Raphinha and Lamine Yamal, forwards who have given their all this season and, unsurprisingly, qualify among the major candidates for the Ballon d'Or title this year. Yamal and Raphinha play as wide attackers in the official team of the season, which features former Barcelona superstar Ousmane Dembélé as the leading frontman alongside 2 of his PSG teammates in Désiré Doué and Achraf Hakimi. It is a slightly bizarre lineup that has only 3 proper defenders and 5 attackers, one of which is Hakimi. Nevertheless, some key exclusions from the team of the season include Barcelona's midfield star Pedri and Borussia Dortmund's Sergio Guirassy, who ended the season as the joint top scorer in the UCL alongside Raphinha. Interestingly, Guirassy has been linked with a move to Barcelona earlier, though it appears the former Köln striker is not leaving Dortmund anytime soon. Barcelona have made it clear that they are not pursuing Victor Gyökeres, despite the Sporting CP striker being in top form. This is because, according to Sport, the club believes there is no need to sign a new number 9 this summer. Instead, they are fully backing Robert Lewandowski to lead the line next season. Sporting director Deco recently explained the club's position, saying, "Gyökeres is a great striker who has done excellent things at Sporting, but right now we are not looking for that position. We have Lewandowski at number 9. These were not just polite words, but they reflected the club's plans. Barcelona are not seeking a pure center forward. Instead, they want a versatile attacker, ideally a left winger, who can give Raphinha more freedom and step in as a central option when needed. Lewandowski to continue under Flick. At 36 years old, Lewandowski is showing no signs of slowing down. In fact, under Hansi Flick, the Polish striker has had his best season at Barcelona so far. With 42 goals in 52 games, he was more decisive than ever, even after missing a few weeks due to a muscle injury. His performance under Flick has breathed new life into his role at Barca. This resurgence has also triggered the 4th year of his contract. By reaching 55% of games in his 3rd season, Lewandowski secured the extension, which sees him earning €26 million gross until 2026. Unless both parties agree to an early extension, that will be the final year of his deal. For now, Barcelona see no reason to shake things up in attack. The focus is on adding players like Luis Diaz or Marcus Rashford, versatile wide forwards rather than traditional number 9s. With Lewandowski still delivering and Flick backing him, Barcelona's plans for the summer are clear. Strengthen smartly, not unnecessarily. Joan García, FC Barcelona's target, could end up costing Barcelona more than €30 million despite his €25 million release clause. Barcelona's interest in Joan García is certainly serious, but it is not going to be cheap. In fact, according to Sport, Espanyol are standing firm so much so that they won't accept anything less than the full payment of his release clause from Barcelona. Furthermore, although the release clause is set at €25 million, due to added charges like VAT and CPI, the total cost for Barcelona could rise to €31.2 million. Espanyol are not open to negotiating a payment plan either. They don't want any installments, especially not from Barcelona. Their board believes that if any club wants to take their goalkeeper, they must pay the full clause up front. They see Barcelona as a direct rival and are not willing to make things easy for them. If a Premier League club was involved, the approach might have been different. But for Barca, it is either pay in full or walk away. Espanyol's stance leaves no room for bargaining. Barcelona could face financial problems in signing Joan García. Espanyol are making it clear that there is no room for flexible deals. They are not interested in hidden arrangements or delayed payments. Reports suggest that a covert transfer might be considered to help smooth over the process. But even that could push the total price beyond €31 million. If no deal is reached, the only remaining option would be for Garcia himself to pay the release clause directly to La Liga. This move would allow him to sign for Barca, but it would also temporarily increase his personal assets by €25 million. Thankfully for Garcia, Spanish tax law would be on his side in this situation. According to the Directorate General of Taxes, DGT, this kind of payment is not seen as income. That means he wouldn't have to pay extra tax on it through personal income tax. Still, this entire operation is proving far more complicated and expensive than Barcelona might have expected. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for daily transfer